And why are you like this? and and welcome back to the Still Striving podcast. We're still alive somehow. Amin blew up. Big sad. We'll miss him. Uh,
Yeah,
you know,
he got in the way of a planetary attack.
All these niggas die and come back so many times.
and
Bro, the
except
Dragon
Izzy and
Ball.
Matt, they're dead.
Oh, we collect the dragon. Yeah, that's what we do. Between the weeks of the episodes, we go and collect the Dragon Balls to
Yeah,
bring our
like
friends back
every
to life.
week. Like you know how you
I
just put
got,
water
I
on
got, I had got
Shenron.
wished back the mid podcast last time.
Yeah, you know how you could just put water on Shenron to just like buff him for some reason. We do that every week.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Of
Every
course.
Yes.
week. That nigga's like, bro, I'm not even thirsty no more.
Bro.
What y'all doing?
Listen, you know there's like multiple Dragon Balls in the fucking purse, nigga. I got like stacks of them just in my closet chilling.
Yeah, it's like low.
Um,
Anyways, I'm here with the boys Banjo and Jake.
Here.
Banjo
Yeah,
doesn't
just say
need
hi.
introductions. He's over. He's
I was about to moan, but I thought I was nine.
Why are you
I got that
like
unspoken
I mean,
riz.
who's stopping you?
I'm not doing that. Anyways,
not making it to the gates of heaven? Anyways, it's gonna be a slow one today, cause fuck it, I guess we'll have a bigger one like
When people
Two.
actually like us.
well, everybody.
yeah, I would say like 2-3 weeks, who knows, about that show everybody likes, and we're not talking about Stranger Things this time. The boys, we might have like 5-6 people. It was to be an episode based off that. So if you care
The
about
peak.
it, well, if you don't care about it, well, shut up. You don't exist.
If you don't care about it, still watch.
Yeah, you hate superheroes, watch it. Anyways, so today we're going based off something I feel like is important: endings and things. How do y'all feel about endings?
Endings,
Like, how do you feel about endings in your media? Is it most important to you for a good ending? Do you
Actually-
care about endings, or like what's the deal with y'all when it comes to endings?
I have a huge point towards endings. Okay, here's my thing. A lot of people feel like endings make or break a TV show. For example, like I never watched it myself personally, but I have heard a lot about the Game of Thrones series and how people hated the ending and how it ruins the show. I don't feel like endings ruin the enjoyment of a TV show, game, movie, book, anything like that. It's there's no way. Unless the ending is egregious. And I mean, like, it's got to be like bottom 3 things you've ever seen for it to be that bad to ruin something you enjoyed for like 6 seasons. I mean, yeah, 6 seasons of enjoyment, and you think just the ending of the entire thing, like the end of it is the problem? It's crazy. Now, I can totally understand why, because the ending is supposed to wrap everything up with a tight little bow, and that's supposed to be it. Like, that's supposed to be the final thing. You're supposed to either let out some tears, you're supposed to smile, is victorious. If you're sitting there with a blank face, I can understand how you'd be like, this show is trash. But if you enjoyed the show, thoroughly enjoyed the show, slash movie, slash book, or something like that. Movies, you might have a little bit more lenience, but especially TV shows, especially longer season TV shows, if you take it to the end and only problem you have is really the end, you're bugging. And that's it. But movies, depends. If it's a shorter movie, duh. If it's a longer movie, it really depends on how bad the ending is. Like,
Or
if
mystery movies.
you said what?
Or mystery movies.
Yeah, too. Yeah, mystery movies for sure. Because damn, if you, but we on some Scooby Doo type shit at the end of it, I don't want to see that. Like, that's a whack. But it really depends on movies, because movies you can kind of like, you can kind of say like, I mean, you're here for the ending really most of the time, and it's not like you got like so much to go off of beforehand. And typically, if you didn't enjoy the ending of a movie, you probably didn't enjoy the rest of it that much, or you probably thought you did, but then the ending just made you realize everything that you just watched was ass, especially because of that, because it makes you. So I can understand movies. I can also understand books to a certain extent, and like comic book series, everything like that. But that really depends too, kind of like once again, if you read all through Shippuden, and you liked everything before, but you don't like the ending, you're bugging. And then with games, we could have a whole piece on how narrative writing in games it's not as important as people make it seem. And and y'all are, I'm a story enjoyer. but I do feel like narrative when it comes to gaming is not as important as gameplay in other aspects. But yeah, that's my piece on endings. I feel like endings are important because obviously they wrap up everything and they're supposed to give you that that ending, that thing that you it's like beautiful, is ultimate. And I understand the purpose of endings perfectly. A lot of album endings end really nicely, and it's all lush and beautiful. If your ending of your album is a 2 second, or I mean like a 50-second interlude, what the hell are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, endings are supposed to give you some little bit of a push. It's supposed to give you a send off. Send off. So I understand when people will be upset, but I don't think it's as important as people make it sometimes. Now, I'm open for kind of arguments because I'm not 100% sold on that idea. I just feel I find myself not caring that much usually. So that's my piece on it. Overall idea of endings.
Okay. Jake, what's your take on endings when it comes to things?
Um. Well, I. So it all depends on how invested in the story I am. Like like let's take a game for example. Right? Say I'm just playing like a game. All right, let's take like Elden Ring. Say if I didn't enjoy the game as much. All right, whatever. I enjoyed the game as much as I did. Right? The ending was just like whatever, right? Spoilers for Elden Ring, but
Yes.
you become Elden Lord, and well, depending on which ending you take, and to be honest, the only ending that really is like crazy good is the one with Ronnie. All the other ones are kind of just like whatever. And even then, the ending with Ronnie is just oh okay, you guys like run off together. I don't know. It's like if it all depends on what this story is trying to tell. I guess like if if the game is more so of a about the journey more than the destination, then I can see like not caring about an ending as much. But if the story is more so very story based and like the ending is like the end all be all of conclusions of especially for that game. But yeah, I'm gonna be kind of pissed off if the ending's fucking bad. Because like I'm going through this hard journey, fucking well, not really hard. The game is easy shit nowadays. But uh, caring about the characters, all that shit. And then if I play a game like the ending is just oh everyone fucking dies or some shit, I get a little fucking upset because it's like bro, ultimately it was like why it's just like what did I really go through all this trouble for? If everyone's just gonna like die or everything bad is just gonna happen. But I'm usually not a type that really cares that much about anything unless that's what the story is trying to build up on.
Okay, I get that. Endings to me, I would say, are only make or break if I actually like it. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're watching something mediocre, no matter what the ending is, you're gonna think the movie's mediocre throughout. So even if it's good, hi Matt, we're on the podcast. Special guest Matt. Woo!
Matthew's been revived by the
See,
Dragon
mid
Balls.
episode foreshadowing.
The episode, the fight.
So what I'd say is if you're watching something mediocre, right? I would say no matter what you're watching or doing, you're gonna find it mediocre, even if it has like a good or bad ending. So you're not be like, cool, you know. If it's bad, no matter what the ending is, you're gonna think it sucks, even if it has like a cool homage or whatever, or wraps up those terrible written characters. It sucks. So like, why would you care? I feel like endings truly matter if it's something that's either pique your interest in the first place, or you actually enjoy it. Um, I would say endings to me basically are make or break. I'd say mainly because I see it as a way of like the writer or the author or director just trying to find a perfect knot to make these characters do things that they would while not trying to make it like a cop out or something. Especially like if the mainstay of the show is how is it gonna end, like a war show or anything like that. you're basically seeing how the outcome of everything's gonna go, and obviously like the middle of everything. So if the ending sucks, if this like A tier plus war movie or show has something, and all these characters do things, you see the sacrifices they made, and all of a sudden a random nuke comes out, so they lose automatically. Like you can't do nothing about it. They're gonna feel like shafted. Um, I say endings kind of matter a lot when it comes to just things that you care about for the characters, and I'd say there are some media where the ending really doesn't matter because you can make 2,000 endings and it'd be okay. It's just for something that's trying to write off the characters well, to the point of it can mainly only be this way. Because I say like some of the best shows out there, you're always gonna wonder how's this gonna end, and if it's gonna execute it well as it should be as the rest of the show. So if you see it, you're kind of like, that kind of sucks. Like every time you want to rewatch, you gotta just know this will be a random dip in quality because the ending isn't as well as the rest of the show. So I feel like I'd say endings to me are disappointing if they suck and you like it a lot, but it won't make a show outright bad because it's bad, unless it's like Game of Thrones level where it's a steady decline and you hope the ending's okay and it doesn't. It doubles down on being bad. It's never gonna be like a random moment where it's like, oh, I like this, and it's dead. I feel like it'd be a decline you don't notice until you realize the ending, that they were making this decline up to the ending instead of making a climax.
Like, oh, this is cool, and okay.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, I love these, and he's dead. Okay, all right, he did that. Like, usually when it comes to bad endings, like the example Game of Thrones, is a decline you don't really notice until you realize the decline is going to this mid ending that turns the 180 to all these characters, and you're just like, I watched 6 seasons for more of these seasons to be mid, and hoping it'd be good by the end, and it just doubled down on being bad. Like, how you make that happen? So yeah, Matt died.
Yeah.
So I guess with our opinions of like how endings affect us in media, was an ending that it's bad or terrible or bebop that stuck to you from how bad it is? Yeah, I'll let Banjo take the floor.
So you want me to tell you anything that stuck with me that's
That's
inherently
bad.
bad?
That's bad to you. Not like
Uh,
opinionated bad, but you're like, that's disgusting.
hmm, it's a really good question.
If you want to think about it, I can go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think
Okay.
because could be.
I'll go first. So obviously, of course, we're talking about endings. Spoilers. Who could have guessed? So I would say this is not one of my favorite games, but it's a game franchise I like a lot, and I'm gonna go Resident Evil for this. So Resident Evil 8, I'd say, has one of the worst, the most mind-boggling endings for two reasons, and let me explain. So, to lay out the floor, I would say that Resident Evil 2 doesn't have like, the most mind-breaking, I love this character forever, like invested to the lore type beat endings. But it's like an ending where you're like, okay, I see what they're going from here. And as 2022 right now, we're on 8. I don't know what they're gonna do with 9 when I tell the rest of 8, but I'm like, okay. So I enjoyed 8. I feel like it was better than 7. And foreshadowing when I said there's a steady decline to a bad ending, I'm talking about this. So, you got Miss Mommy Milker, Lady D, for the first level. You got a really good Silent Hill PT inspired map for the second level, and then it kind of declines when it goes to like the last two levels, and there's literally a Call of Duty part, like literally Call of Duty Zombies, and you're like, oh boy, I really hope it just picks up from here. So to explain this, you're not Leon. You're kind of Chris for part of the game, but you're this new character that got introduced in the literal last game, Ethan. And the whole thing of Ethan is, oh, my wife got kidnapped by like some hillbillies that are on some super black venom goop. So at the end of 7, just rescue your wife. You're going to this different place. You got a daughter and all this stuff. And plot twist, gasp, you got hit with that black goop. So you're kind of like superhuman, which kind of explains all the things you could do in the game. It wasn't like witty humor like they usually do. It's like, nah, dog, you got powers, kind of. That's why his daughter survived being chopped up, and it was a whole thing. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. You're actually making him like a character, kind of. Not really, but kind of his own character, because like, if he's gonna be quote unquote the main character in this game, I want him to have something besides I love my wife, I love my daughter, my daughter's dead. I should do something about that. So
That's all you get.
so they introduced a whole lot of lore that we won't get into in this game. Basically, really important. Why Umbrella's a thing. Boo boo Bob. And I'm gonna just say this right now. Sacrifices could be done good when they make sense. So end the game, right? You really just beat everybody. You're like, yeah, we did it, Chris. I got my daughter back. Life is good, and yeah. And Chris is like, all right, good, Chief. You're the main character, man. I got this remote bomb.
Big
Okay,
point, by the way. Remote.
let me say this. Remote detonation bomb. Okay? He's like, okay, let's just end this right now. And he's like, no, I'm gonna end this myself. He's like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that, dog? He's like, I'm going in there with the remote detonation bomb to make sure she dies. And you're like, you really don't have to, it's a remote detonation, dog. Do you not know what that means? Like, no. He takes it, walks in the place he just finished beating, and blows himself up.
Blows himself up.
And it's not like a fake out where you're like, oh my god, he's so brave. He did it. Oh my god, he's still alive. No, he's dead. Okay? He met the Wu. Had a grave and everything. His daughter was looking at it. And she's like 9 or something. And I was like, there's no way my character just killed himself. There's no way my main character, man, that I spent 2 games trying to make him a character, just blew himself up. And then like, and you're thinking, okay, well, like, he's dead, I guess. The mom's dead, he's dead, only the daughter's there. And like, okay, so Resident Evil 9 is gonna be like about the daughter, because they said like the winter thing is gonna continue. Oh, was that a lie? Hey, guess what they did? DLC, bitch. Like, I was like, why? Why did they make her DLC? So basically in this game, it went to being pretty good to what is going on, to did this nigga just kill himself, to making basically Resident Evil 9 DLC. I was like, there's no, when I seen this, I was appalled. I thought by the time they just walked out, he had his daughter in hand, he's like, life is good again. I would not expect this nigga to kill himself. That's like fucking Spider-Man saving a lady in a building, and he's like, yeah, Venom just like got away. Like, thank you, Spider-Man, for saving me. He's like, no, I gotta stop him. He's like, what do you mean, Spider-Man? He's gone. Like, no, I know he's still in there, and he dies. He just dies. Like, it wasn't like, oh, thank God he was in there, because like if he didn't, she probably wouldn't die. No, he just died along with it for no reason. The whole Venom goop thing doesn't really matter anymore. That whole, him trying to protect his family because he literally seen his wife get murdered like multiple times in 7, and like his daughter really got chopped up in half, and you're collecting her body pieces in this game. Yeah, it doesn't matter about that. He's just dead. And what makes it so more appalling is like, if you know anything about Resident Evil, other niggas ain't dead. Jill's still chilling. Leon's still chilling. Chris is still chilling. But they said we need to kill this one off. The one that had the least development, the least charisma, the least literally damn near everything. And this is the one he decided to kill off. He wanted to kill off anybody to make it a sacrifice, to make it right their wrongs. It should be Chris. Because 1, he has like 7 games about him. 2, he was actually kind of an asshole in this game. And 3, he was the one with the bomb. So, great that game, that ending alone. Every time I think about it, I have to think about the dumb decision my character's gonna make at the end of the game that I can't even like conceive why you do it. So good for him. Good old Resident Evil. So that's mine.
Bad ending.
He,
That's mine. And what was next? Go ahead.
I do have mine. Jake, do you have yours?
yeah, man.
Okay, would you like to go first? Explain your
Uh,
piece.
sure, I'll go. I guess. So I didn't have anything really in mind, but as I started to think about it, I've talked about it with Elon before. I really don't like the ending of The Legend of Korra. Um, I don't know if you've ever watched it, but
Spoilers.
um, yeah, spoilers for like this 10-year-old show. She just runs off to the spirit world with Sami, right? And like they get together, and I'm kind of upset that they got together, not because it's like it's Korra and Asami, but it's like for one there was like no build up towards their relationship. They had like two exchanges that made you like maybe like, oh, okay, that's something, I guess, but it was nothing really too crazy. Plus, like the entire series, it was building up for her and Mako to get together, right? And then all that shit is just like just wasted. All that like build up was just wasted for it. I don't know if it was supposed to be like forced representation or what. I really don't give a fuck. It's just like I'm over here watching. I'm just like, oh, like this is gonna be really cool. And then everything just fucking goes down under. It's like if they were to have proper like send them for something, bro. Like it wasn't even like a it wasn't even like a towards the end of the fucking like episode either. It was just okay. I'm gonna talk to you, make you blush, and then we're gonna walk to the fucking spirit world together. And I was like, really? And they dealt with like relationship motives before, and like that shit is just like it's like, bro, you're better than that. And I don't know. That's the only thing that really like makes me mad about that shit.
All right, Jake, don't rock. The Korra ending.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Benji, would you like to share your piece on a bad ending that left a nasty taste in your mouth?
Of course. The unfortunate, one and only Borderlands 3. One of the worst games. And it's not just bad because, like, honestly, all in all, the ending is shit, but so is the entire story. So, I would have expected it to be in. I mean, the end to be horrible. But goddamn, was it just insulting? It was insulting like the rest of the game. For one, the final boss is a goddamn joke. It's a joke. They even give it the title of the Destroyer, which is crazy because Borderlands 2, the Warrior, the Destroyer, the Warrior looked a lot more destructive than the final boss of Borderlands 3. It looked like shit. And then two main characters with Troy and the other dummy, that dumbass, I don't even know her name, wherever it was. Trash characters, awful characters. Some of the most annoying characters ever. And they don't even do anything. They just talk shit every once in a while, and then you don't even know who they really are, realistically. If you're paying attention to just strictly the story, it's really hard to even guess what they are looking for, what they're trying to get at. But end up, you obviously kind of similar. You go to like a similar, like a vault, fight the destroyer. By this point, they've already cut off one of the main characters in Borderlands 2 for no reason at all. Previously from the same people, so you want to beat their ass. But the grand thing is, so in Borderlands 2, you kill Jack and he gives you like this great performance once he dies. oh, everything's so dramatic. He falls because he's a good character that's actually been built up, and you care about the death. It finally feels rewarding. You got that bitch ass nigga for killing Roland and all that shit, right? You know what you get in Borderlands 3? None of that. They just go away. There's no performance. There's no drama. They just die, and that's it. It's so whack. And there are 2 stages of the fight, and neither of them feel rewarding. And then you got Lilith, Ava, and goddamn Tannis, which Tannis is randomly a siren as well, which I like how every game they reveal another siren, even though they're like, oh, they're so rare. Yeah, right, nigga. These bitches are all fucking sirens now. And then fucking they like look off into the distance and they're talking shit about whatever. Nobody even fucking knows what they're trying to talk about because the story doesn't make any sense. It's some incoherent bullshit. And then they're like, yeah, so this is what we stopped. What did we stop? They weren't a threat to anyone. And they were easy as balls. And they also didn't even have a goal. They literally didn't have a goal. So it's just like you never forget what their real goal was. the boss fight is ass and the loot is trash. And they also kill off Maya. So what is the fucking point? Who even wanted to watch that bullshit? And then there's like a little cutscene at the end where they show like, oh, you saved the world, people that you like, oh my god, they're happy, they're excited about it, blah blah blah. But you know what? I never even cared about my character because my character doesn't say shit all game. You can say the same about Borderlands 2, but at least they were like actually more interactive when they like fought and shit. I don't even know what the characters are, what they did, who the fuck are they? Nobody fucking knows, and the indie provides nothing more to them, nothing. So all in all, just unrewarding, unsatisfying, incoherent, and incomplete. Incomplete because they tried to do DLCs, and oh boy. While the DLCs were definitely better than the main storyline, they still are. They still leave out a fucking lot to be desired in terms of not only just gameplay purposes, but story as well. So Borderlands 3 ending was just repulsive because that's the thing. And so is the entire game, but that ending is just fucking weird.
I haven't.
Wait, what? Jake swallowed his mic. You know he's dead.
Am I?
Oh, well,
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, can you? Oh, my AirPod was like slowly falling out of here. So I have another one. So in God of War 3, I really like this is like going based off like the assumption that like God of War 4 isn't coming out. I really disliked the ending to it for like a while because it ended on a really big cliffhanger. And then like there was like nothing afterwards. There was no like I don't think that there was any like statements as to like what happened. Obviously, like before God of War 4 came out, I get it was supposed to be like a wrap up. Well, no, because they had like another game in mind, but like nothing it went anywhere with that. But it was supposed to like wrap up his character arc, like he finally gets his revenge. But with the way they were low key set it up, it was like, at least to me, it feels like they're gonna set it up to be like, oh, he gets his revenge, but he feels like it wasn't worth it. He's still like, obviously like the person he is, and like he's just like, oh, it's not rewarding me. But
I feel like they did explain that.
Well, they only really explained it in the game that dropped to the PS4, because after he kills Zeus, the only thing that was really said was like he was talking to Athena, and Athena was like, "Oh, give me the power back so I can control over Olympus." And it was really just them having a conversation until he fucking like kills himself.
The reason why he feels that his revenge was unrewarding because his goal in getting the revenge was that he was supposed to get his memory wiped, and they were like, "Nigga, no." And so after that, I mean, yeah, of course you feel like shit.
But that's the thing. He wasn't even like feeling like shit. He was like, he just felt he was like just there.
Well, I mean, you didn't. What are you gonna do? You just
like
you just find out you're a pawn.
At least like comment on something. Like he kills Zeus, right? He destroys the entire Greek pantheon, he's essentially like the strongest person like ever, and all he does with that is kill himself. And it's not even like a whole. Well, I'm doing this because I have nothing left to live for. He's only doing it to fuck over Athena, and that was really the whole like gist of it. And like I'm not saying it's a bad ending, but I just think it's like it's very lackluster. And I get they had like another story that they wanted to tell afterwards, which got canceled. And obviously, like a lot of stuff like talked about in like the new game, but like under the pretense of when the game dropped, like a couple of years before four dropped, I was just like, is that it? Like because obviously, and then like the after credits, you just see him like you see him walk off. So like you see like a trail of blood just walking off. So it's just like, okay, so did he want to die or like it's always confusing. It's like, okay, where is he going? Obviously, we know now. It's like, okay, where is he going? Like, and nothing was ever spoken on about it. Nothing. It was just the ending to God of War 3, and then that was it.
Well, I think his kind of could be implied. Now, not
It can
exactly where
be
he's
applied
going.
what though?
For example, his goal was to um, erase his memory of what he did, right? With his, regarding his wife and his
Mm.
daughter.
Mm.
He kills all the gods, and he's tricked. Basically, they don't give him what he wishes for. So one can only assume that Kratos, after a man who tried to kill himself, basically, jumps off the cliff and everything like that, and then he doesn't actually die or whatever, or he comes back, whatever. He's a man who was determined to not give up on his goal. So it's kind of implied that it was going to do the next best thing, which is what he does. He goes and starts a new family. So, I mean, that would have been the most reasonable thing to assume. Now, obviously, you don't know that he's going to the fucking North Pantheon or North Pantheon world and all that shit. But it's assumed. I mean, it could be implied, vaguely at least, that his goal is not complete. So he's going to do to the next best thing, which is to replace what he's lost with the spirit of others. Because he already tried to do. He tried to erase his memory through the gods. The gods lied and said, "Yeah, nigga, no, it's not happening." Even after he did exactly what they were as he was told, and then he kills them, and then he's like, "Well, they're all gone. Everybody who tricked me is gone, and now I have to go do the next best thing." Because his idea of life is he just doesn't want to live alone anymore. He felt lonely after what he ended up doing, and really honestly depressed. So the only thing is, if you know anything about Kratos, obviously you know that the next goal is to continue to not be lonely. Because truthfully, he isn't even like, I don't know, people assume that he's this way, but he's not like a heartless, just kill everybody.
Well, yeah, of course he's doing this killing machine.
And I know you know that, but I'm saying that like
like,
he's just alone. He just doesn't want to be alone anymore. Like tired of life being that way. So I would
yeah,
assume that the next goal would be to go.
I get that, but it's like if that was the case, right? He would because he stabbed himself, right? And it was like, but why would he stab himself? And it's like it's kind of it's explained that like after he does it, the power is like released into the world, but it's like that happens. But then Athena also then explains like they'll literally like drive each other mad with that said power. So it's like, why would he like what?
Do you remember where he talks to his wife at the end?
He doesn't talk to his wife. I think he talks to Goliath. What no? What the fuck is it? Pandora.
No, like the or yeah no
The
no
little girl, right?
no where he sets the flame and he carries the blue flame.
Yeah, he's talking to Pandora.
So the people he set free.
He
For
was
sure he set his people's because remember they were trying to destroy existence, and therefore his goal was to open the box and set his people free. I mean, yeah, he sets his wife and his daughter free because they tried to get rid of them.
That wasn't what that was. I know what you're talking about. When he was like traveling inside his mind, that was him getting over his fear. It wasn't him setting them free. It was because
No,
it was
I,
happening
I,
to him.
I, yeah, I'm kind of combining those two things in my mind because I haven't seen it in a while. But my thing is what he tried to do because I don't remember if it was Ares or somebody, but they tried to essentially destroy existence. To which
Are
obviously
you thinking
his
about the first game?
probably
Because he had a mission with his wife in his first game,
but
but like
I just remember the ending of God of War. Like, yeah, he walks away, but he just kind of he feels lost, so he walks away to find his next answer, which I'm assuming would just be something dealing with finding his people, or making new people. But I mean, it
I
is vague and left up to interpretation on what he would do. But I don't know what else he would do.
I don't know.
He does
I'm the
stab
type of
himself randomly.
I'm the
Just-
yeah, I'm the type of person where I don't like the whole the ending is up to interpretation stuff. I need something that's clear and cut, you know. So like when he just walks up, and again, this is all with another game, like especially with PS4 game. They had another game in he was gonna go like fight like the Egyptian gods and all that. But obviously that never goes through. So it's just like, okay, so that was ultimately like for nothing. And then God of War 4 didn't get announced until years later. So that shit wasn't even in development. They even thought of when third ended. So it's more so like you said, like I guess like they leave it up to interpretation. But like I said, I need an answer. Thank you, Lee. So that's personally why. Again, this is like during the time of like when before God of War 4 was announced and shit. Now, obviously, now I don't feel that way. This is like all like when we didn't have any answers. Um, I just didn't like it for like the longest time until we got obviously the new game.
That's fair.
All right. I
Definitely see
also,
that.
I also, Jake just literally flashbacked me into another game I hate, and especially the ending. Uh, Mortal Kombat 11. Now, ooh,
Sucks.
now
Forget that
I
game
don't
even
know.
existed.
Yeah, me too. I don't know which ending I want to do because technically there's two, but I'll go off the first one because that's the one that came out with the game. So I can go on for hours about how that game sucks, but we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk about the ending for this. So to explain, basically why Mortal Kombat 11 the ending sucks is basically one. It has one of the weakest villains in life. Can I convince you otherwise?
I
Imagine,
don't even remember who the villain was.
yeah, that's how forgettable she is. Okay, imagine like I don't know. Imagine in God of War, Jake, right? You know, you got the gods and shit. You got to fight the Titans or something. She's a Titan,
Mm.
and she
Is she?
sucks, dog. So basically, her whole plan, right, is to be like, well, only Liu Kang and Raiden can fight, can literally beat me if they work together. So in every timeline, I'm gonna make him fight instead of just killing a nigga. Like, all right, okay, cool. And spoilers, one is a god, so like 9 times out of 10, Raiden wins. So smart one, miss. So so basically in the game, what's happening is right. She's like, damn, this timeline kind of fucked. So I gotta reset it. I, so
Nah, my
basically,
dis-
it's
no.
okay. So basically, the whole game is basically your villain lady that shows up for like two things. It's like, damn, dog, the timeline kind of fucked. I gotta reset it. So she's spending their whole time just resetting the timeline for like a millionth time. Like, dog, you think at this point you do something else. So she's like, man, it's always been you and me, Raiden, you know, beep boop bop, and like literally the only two people in existence in life, literally, like it's like damn near a quote that only Liu Kang and or Raiden can beat her. But she also can stop time. That can that stops Liu Kang from moving. You know that's the thing. And she was like, no, I'm gonna make y'all fight again. So she's like, okay, fuck y'all niggas. I'm gonna go back to making my time shit. And you're like, wait a minute, you're really gonna go back to this disclosed location where we can just fight you? And she's like, yeah. All right, see you later. So, so they're like, well, and then they realize, like, damn, dog, really, we've been fighting for like all these timelines. Which, by the way, if you know the games, they never fought before this whole MK9 timeline. They never really fought each other. They was just like, hey man, I don't like what you're doing. I'm out. They was like, fuck you, nigga. I'm gonna rip your head off. Like, no, that won't happen. But now they are apparently. So they're like, okay, we're gonna work together. Meanwhile, like evil Liu Kang is like, damn dog, dude, why you let him live? Like, I don't get that. He's like, nah, no, don't worry. This happened like 1,000 times. We win every time. I'm like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, here you go. Power up. Nigga turns to like a Super Saiyan God and just start beating the shit out of everybody. Start beating up God Rain, start beating up good Liu Kang, start beating the shit out of everybody. You're like, damn dog, that's crazy. Until they're like, okay, we're just gonna start go cheating, bitches. So fucking Liu Kang just starts fusing Ha, turns to Gogeta Blue, and start flying and become a fire god. And I'm like, what the fuck? When did this happen? So at this point, I'm like, okay, so he's just literally a god now. And he start blitzing. And she's like, aha, you're too late, Liu Kang. I literally got the time crown where I could just reset time and everything. And she dies. She was like, oh shit. Who could have guessed that a fire... Basically, her whole plot, her whole plan worked. She has like the most powerful time thing in existence. And she still lost. She got blitzed. And I was like, yo, this bitch sucks. So there was like, oh my god, literally almost everything's dead. But I'm a god now, so that's cool. And Raiden's like, hey, good looks, G. I'm just regular nigga Raiden now. He's like, well, what should we do now? I was like, I guess restart the timeline. So this whole game is basically, hey man, we should restart the timeline. No, we shouldn't let that happen. And they restarted anyways. And like literally almost everybody dies because some Mortal Kombat. And then like you can make threatening villains that do things. She does nothing. She had a god as her daughter, and the daughter did nothing. She lost to a mortal twice. A nigga with like a gun.
You know what? This is like involving like MK. So like, not to go too off topic, but you remember how like 9 ended,
Yeah.
and it's like everyone dies, everyone is on the floor, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
And then how when MKX starts up, you're just like in a fucking helicopter.
He's like, good times. Anyways.
That part's always confused the fuck on it because like I didn't play MKX all the way through, so I don't know if it's
So
explained.
basically, at the end of MK9, everybody got
Mhm.
blitzed, as you can see, and they're like, man, literally only like 3 people lived. So those 3 people were Johnny Cage, Sonya, and then like Kenshi. But during one of their missions, they like freed some of the souls, so they freed Scorpions, Sub-Zeros, and like Jack. So after that, they made kids, obviously. And they're like, yo, kids, y'all need to prepare for this nigga named Shinnok. He's a god that literally can't die. Also, reminder, literally one of their sons can't die, but the mom can. So, have fun. So, like, okay, so we fought this nigga named Shinnok. He kind of blitzed everybody. We literally got plot armor to win. So, we don't have that anymore. So, we need to think of a plan.
That's just always fucking like made me laugh. It's like, okay, we go from literally fighting in a fucking multi-dimensional war to okay, now we're on a helicopter.
I mean, to be fair, it was still multi-dimensional. It just wasn't balls to the wall.
I guess. I don't know. Again, I've never played MKX all the way through.
Yeah, the nigga.
Don't.
I think MKX is pretty good. I like it.
I don't know why I considered X to be 11. X is okay.
I like it.
9 is also pretty.
I hate 9.
It's okay.
It's
okay.
cool until Sindel literally kills everybody.
I'll tell you what, 11 is shit. So
yeah, imagine like you're like, oh, we're doing so great as a team, and then this one lady just it's like if Mother murdered everybody. Like she just straight up murdered Gar and all the Kage 5 and probably Sasuke or something. And you're like, dog, what?
I mean, he technically should have.
I mean, yeah, the infinite Tsukuyomi, bro.
He should have, but they ain't dead.
I mean, what's wrong with having the villains win?
No. It's because Sindel was the one who did it. Literally, the
Yeah,
main
what's wrong
villain.
with the villain?
Okay, wait. One, Mr. Main Villain Man. Okay, I'll tell you why.
It doesn't answer my
Okay,
question.
because literally Sindel couldn't even beat Katana, but she can kill everybody all of a
So
sudden. What do you mean so?
I
One of the people she killed was
maybe
Katana.
she was trolling.
She got a Zenkai boost. That's what happened.
You know that why? You
Yes,
know
I
that
know
how?
why. Because she absorbed a soul.
I said you know that how?
Because she literally. Okay.
Also, she got a power boost.
Anyways.
hate you.
I'm just saying. So you say that she shouldn't have had the power to do it, but she got powered up, right?
Yeah, but even the person that got powered up couldn't beat anybody in the game. He lost to a
But
robot.
but she had powered up.
Yeah, but okay, let me explain. Imagine like I don't know, like Piccolo absorbing like some random Namekian and beats Frieza. That don't make
Also, I'll take just because you lose a fight to somebody that's presumably weaker than everybody else went at one point doesn't mean that you'll lose a fight again to everyone else.
multiple times. Let
It
me
doesn't
tell you.
matter.
Okay, let me tell you this. Before this, the villains never won.
Hey, let me tell you something.
What?
Sometimes niggas come to a fight and they're just, they be trolling.
What?
Other
I hate
times
you.
niggas come to a fight and they say, I got time today. They simply had time that day.
Power scales would like to have a word with you.
No, I know, bro. I fucking know they would. They'd be like, this is not how it works.
If you're fighting to win,
If you're fighting to win, you always have to fight to win.
I mean,
listen.
okay, let me explain. Sindel died from some dude.
You don't have to explain.
That's filler.
She had time that day.
Nigga, today I got time.
She had time that day.
She had time
That's
that
the
day.
answer.
How
That is the answer, bro.
how the boy said on the music
Hey,
music video?
hey, but today I got time.
He said, I had time yesterday, but today I got time.
Today I got time. Yeah, Sindel simply had time that day.
Then she died.
Would you rather have a? Yeah, she had time that day. She died.
Simple.
She had no time that day, bro.
She had time.
Yeah,
to
she
die.
had time, and then she died.
Hey, but today I got time.
Today I got time, cuz. Hey, all I'm saying is, it wouldn't happen to me.
Oh,
Hey,
wouldn't
hey,
happen to
hey,
me.
Jay
Verse-
Gibbs, hey, Jay Gibbs got murdered by Sindel Katana. Take that.
Ah,
She could at least put it on me before she did, man. Damn.
hey Jake, I'm sorry, your girl didn't have time that day.
She simply.
I got time today, though.
But today I got time. Like, bro, relax.
That's funny.
Yo, fighting
You came
games
out with-
are insane. You know what's
They're
about
ass.
fighting games? They're competitive. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's
Oh
a
my
perfect segue. Let's be
God.
honest.
I'll go ahead and let Banjo take the wheel on this.
Oh boy, this is my topic. Let me tell y'all about something that I've been doing recently. I've been playing competitive gaming, and let me be honest with you, it is not only overrated, it's horrible for the human mind and psyche. Just as a whole, it is horrible for your body. It's horrible for your mind. It is a bad experience. Now, and here's why. So the nature of competitive games obviously didn't start with video games. Games have always been sort of competitive. That's the point of the game. You play to compete, and then you either win or you lose based on whatever game. Chess, everything like that, right? Now, the problem with video games is that a lot of what ends up happening in the game could be skill, typically skill, but video games, they come with technical difficulties. And because they come with technical difficulties, these things could occur anytime. But that's not what reflects in the reception that you get when you're playing these games. Oh no, everything's your fault. You're always bad. Everything's an awful experience for you. And I find, and I feel like most people find, that you have decent amount of fun on these competitive games when you're winning. When you're losing, it doesn't feel good to be called a nick. It doesn't feel good to be called words. It doesn't feel good to be called slurs on the internet because you decided to be bad at a game. Now, let me preface this by saying this because before niggas start saying shit about who I am and what I play. So the competitive games that I've been playing recently is one Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing. I recently got off fighting games. I've been playing that. We've all three of us have been playing Knockout City.
Don't even give me a shout.
And I've been playing Overwatch. Not as much right now, but I've been playing it. And so for those games, my rank in Siege is currently Plat 3.
Almost next.
That is also my highest rank. No, my highest rank is Plat 2, but I'm currently Plat 3. In Knockout City, we are all Sapphire. In Overwatch, I haven't played it competitively because I've restarted on my computer, but my highest rank on there has been Masters, High Masters. And yeah, obviously you got the less hyper sweaty games. You got more like I would just we say competitive, but honestly we could put the umbrella over like skill based matchmaking games like the newest Call of Duties, and oh boy, are there problems. So there's problems on a competitive scene level in terms of like competitive ranked mode level, where rank determines who you are, how you how you play, the meta doesn't matter, et cetera, et cetera. Like, all right, so the problem is ranked kind of limits your playstyle to begin with because you want to be playing using things that are effective in the meta to win the game because you don't want to lose your rank and everything like that. You're obviously competing to win. So this just leads to people just doing the cheapest shit constantly. And you can say, well, then why don't you do this cheapest shit? I do. The problem isn't that I'm not winning. I have no problems winning. I have no problems getting my dubs in. If anything, my KD is always pretty fine. I'm usually always carry because my team right now, I'm a Plat 2. That's my highest rank. My team's highest rank has been either Gold 1 and they've like barely reached Plat 3. If that. They never even got into it actually. So I am playing with worse teammates. I realize that. And even when I play by myself solo queue, and then when I play with some of my friends that are Plat, these same problems persist. And the problems come down to meta is annoying. Just overall, meta is annoying. And everybody knows this because that's what everybody calls to get rid of. You don't want meta. Meta is just bad. This goes back to even when I was playing Destiny 2 and or Destiny 1, either one of them. And if you play Destiny 1, you remember the hand cannon meta was ass. And if you play Destiny 2, you remember the Mighty Multi-Tool meta was ass. And so was the Pulse Rifle meta. Metas ruin competitive scenes because and you could argue that it doesn't because if everyone's playing within the meta, then it comes down to skill. Well, for one, everybody doesn't want to play within the meta, and you shouldn't have to be forced to play into the meta to have a good experience because sometimes motherfucker, it's just not fun. Okay. Also forgot to mention I play Smite, and I have reached Diamond tier in Smite, and I'm pretty sure that's the highest. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I reached Diamond tier in Smite, which is the right under the highest, which is like Grandmasters or some shit. Which let me tell you, definitely not bad at Smite. If anything, Smite is probably I'm best at Smite than any other game. I'm definitely not, and I have reached Grandmasters before. I forgot how many players it is, but top players in PlayStation, don't fuck with me. So there's no problem with the skill level in any of these games, by the way. Like I have no problem. I don't even care if I lose. I don't give a fuck. Even like Knockout City, a lot of the times when I lose, I chop it up to certain things that we end up doing wrong or that things go wrong because blah, 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 blah. The problem is, even through all of that, when we play games like Left 4 Dead, when we play games like single-player games, when we play games like when I ran through the Crisis series recently, when we play games like I've been running through the Fear series lately, I 1,000% have much more fun than those games, especially fighting games. But when I say this, and I'm like, I don't like this game, the answer isn't, oh, okay, that's cool. I understand why you don't like this game. Or I can understand why you don't feel like this meta is fun right now to play. No. I get you're bad. Because the problem with competitive games is the gaming culture doesn't allow for that shit to be fun. You're bullied for not liking competitive games. And let me tell you, I ain't no bitch. So I really don't give a fuck if somebody say something to me about something, and I'll sit there and argue with you however long you want me to. But I don't have fun doing that. I would rather be playing games and we can all mutually agree. When everybody's playing Minecraft and no one's competing, we're just playing Minecraft. There's no arguments. There's no your ass. There's no come get this ass whooping or blah 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 blah. None of that bullshit. I'm not saying really within friendships. Friends who cares? You guys or your females, whatever, and or you're they in them or everybody or whatever your gender is. It's your people, all right? You play with them, that's fine, cool. The problem lies. The problem lies when you're trying to speak on these games to people outside. And no, the communities won't make or break a game for you, and you could just ignore them. And I normally do, but I'm trying to speak for the wider audience here. Why these games aren't so fun to people. So besides just not enjoying things like meta, not enjoying fighting game character archetypes and certain balancing that is always bad on a lot of fighting games. Like balancing is just an issue with competitive games because video games are almost inherently unbalanced because there are always going to be a meta. There's always going to be something that's most effective. That's all that means. And you can say most effective doesn't mean that it's better. I mean that you can't win with other things. And I agree. And I typically don't end up conforming to meta. And it's not like to be on some hipster type shit. But I literally don't care. I would just play to have fun 100% of the time. If it's not going to be, and I could play meta, but I'm not playing it to win. And you could say that, all right, well, when you're playing competitive, that's what your goal is. And I agree because one thing I don't like doing is losing. I have videos of young me from like 12, when I was like 12 or 13 on Destiny 1 screaming at it saying that I hate losing and I got losing problems. You can go find that video somewhere. But I literally never like losing. So I'm not
need to see that video.
Oh, you have to. It's a great video. I was like raging throughout the whole thing, and we were winning. By the way, we won that entire night. It was like a trials game, but like just being a kid, you scream at everything. But I've never liked losing, so I've always been a competitive person. But what I won't do in that competitive setting is force myself to not have fun when in regards to video games. So I will play meta if it's fun to me. I won't play meta if I don't want to do it. I will always opt to have fun, and I don't really care if I win or lose, but I don't enjoy losing because of bullshit. I don't enjoy saying I don't like a game, and the answer is you're bad at it. I don't enjoy trying to conform to meta or not trying to conform to meta, and instead trying to just play to my strengths and what I like, and then losing because meta's OP and stronger. What I don't like doing is having to explain to people why I don't want to hop on the game because guess what? This game is ass, and fighting games fucking suck because blah, 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 blah reasons. And then being told you're just bad at them. I've never been bad at fighting games that I actually played. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy sweating my dick off every time I want to play the game. I think I just want to chill. I'm a chill ass dude. And as much as I do like to be competitive, as of recently, especially right now, like, be Asian a little bit, I don't like that shit no more that much. It's whatever. It's cool. It's whatever. But I don't like it as much as I used to. Being younger when I really was into that shit. Nowadays, I'm just too nonchalant. I really don't care. Like, even if I'm the reason I'll admit, I'm like, damn, I fucking sucked that game. I lost because of us. And they'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, I would like to be like I care, but I don't. I don't give a fuck. That's what it's come down to. I don't give a fuck about this shit no more. And so, like, not giving a fuck is one thing. So you can say that is more of a me thing. But I'm honestly, gauging the overall consensus here. When I look at Fortnite comments, when I look at comments on Rainbow Six Siege comments, when I look at everything, people fucking hate meta. People fucking hate the toxicity. And we should. It's not good for your mind. It's not good to get off work or live your life, get off school, and then come home and have to fucking fight for your life on a video game. Like, it is not fun. Now, you can say stop playing them. And nigga, guess what? I have. Like, I don't play as many competitive games anymore. And the competitive games that I do play, I don't play them for very long periods of time. Knockout City and Rainbow Six Siege are the only two that I currently play for somewhat of an extended time. And even that's like limited to like an hour and a half. Knockout City, it's a pain. It's a pain to get through. And we're not bad at that game. We're all actually pretty fucking decent. We're pretty good. And our synergy's there. We have some team problems. We recognize it, blah, blah, blah. But it just feels like I'm always feeling stagnant. Even in Smite, where I'm like really good and I hardly ever lose. and I don't really play meta. I just play the characters I like. I've gotten to Diamond, I got into Grandmasters, and I just still feel like I plateau at a certain point. And it's not like a skill level; it's like a care thing. I don't give a fuck at a certain point because there's nothing to give to you can give me to care. Like, I don't care about the rank. I really don't care about rank rewards. It's really just for the experience, and experience is just usually not that fun. And even like, especially like competitive gamers, even they say the same shit about a lot of games. You know, some competitive gamers, they just hop off games and they're like, why did they stop playing them? They stop playing them because it's not fun anymore. That being plateau after a certain point, it gets boring as hell. And it's not like a matter of like the game's fault entirely, because the game serves its purpose, give you playtime, blah blah blah, etc. etc. But that experience just doesn't feel good, and that's my problem with competitive games. They just don't feel good. They don't feel rewarding a lot of the times. And you honestly just kind of sacrifice a little bit of your sanity every time you want to get on that game, and you get fucked up by some OP shotgun or some OP LMG or some shit like that. It's just bad in that sense. So that's my piece. My competitive gaming has got to be one of the most annoying things in my life right now, in general.
All right, okay. Uh, I would say competitive for me has always been an annoyance, I'd say. So I would say, like, for me, competitive games, if it's like, with the friend group, like, I really just don't care, you know? Like, I'm having fun, might rank up a little bit more, that's cool, whatever. But the games where they are strong, and I mean, if you don't use meta, you're definitely throwing metas. I hate them. I hate metas. Like, metas, if you don't use them, you literally can't win, or you can't do this, that, and the other with a passion. A perfect example of this, I would say, is either, um, I'll say either Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna go on that one for a minute, or I would say literally any of those League of Legend type games. So I'll start with Dead by Daylight because I would say out of those competitively, or just thinking something, you have like you need to be something. So I'm a killer player. All right, I ain't these normies that be holding hands, doing gens, doing all this stuff. I like to murder. All right, and murder. That's gonna take out of context.
And definitely don't say that out loud.
No, I'm doing this though. I like to murder in Dead by Daylight. Let that be known. And they have a lot of things that are literally meta that they're changing. Thank God. That one, if your opponents don't use them, they're throwing, and if you don't use, you're throwing. And when it comes to your opponents using the meta, it's just fucking annoying. Like,
It's abysmal.
imagine you're like, oh, I'm gonna catch this nigga, and then he spots you, and this nigga turns to the Flash because he has sprint burst. Have fun. Imagine you're like, okay, I'm gonna get this hit off. This nigga got dead hard. Imagine a nigga got borrowed time, decisive strike, all this, and you had to play. It's not like a one game thing. It's not like a 2 game thing. All four, if all 4 people don't have it at every damn game they're throwing, and you know that, so you have to play around it, and it's not fun playing around because either A got to wait like 10 seconds for to use it, nigga to use his fucking dumbass dead hard. You gotta wait 12 seconds to make sure their endurance is up. You got, it's just waiting at the point. You're like, dog, why is this fun? And then you got these niggas like, oh my god, you can kick gens. That's broken. Like, shut up. Like, the only thing we gotta work around is making sure these niggas don't book it from us. It's annoying. And every time I'm like, man, was that game really that bad? And I hop back on Killer, and I just see sprint bursts and dead hards and the size of strikes and borrowed times everywhere.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight is a fucking.
I want to
Oh.
shoot myself every time I go through that.
I didn't mention that because I deleted that shit game. That game's ass.
Every time I'm like, it couldn't be that bad. First game, every time, first game I come back, I get reminded. I'm like, ooh, I don't like this. And hey, you might say, oh, it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience, like, with other competitive games. No.
No,
You know
bro.
why? You know why? Because you're playing it every damn game, and it's still annoying. It's cool if you're like, oh, well, I learned that people use this now, so I get to play around it. You can still play around it, and you hate your life. And what makes it worse is, you sometimes can't even play around it, because let's say a nigga's trying to escape and you smack him, you know he has decisive strike. There's nothing you can do about it. Either let that nigga
No.
crawl or get hit by it, and he wins anyways. What are you supposed to do against that, Kanye? Huh? Nothing. So, I'm saying when it comes to metas, it's annoying, and some metas are so annoying that you can't. It's like you're playing a whole different game because the meta exists, and it's like whatever. Same with League of Legends heads. Oh, now I don't play League of Legends, but I used to.
Oh,
I used to
oh.
play basically baby League of Legends, which is Pokemon Unite, and I haven't played that game in like 8 months. But I was like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff I bet they added. I wonder how that's going. Oh boy. Now, when it comes to meta to this, meta for this is annoying, basically because you're putting all your effort, all your strategy, all your stuff into this one character, maybe two, and maybe they're good, right? Maybe you like them a lot, and you're like, man, I really love this character. Surely they won't nerf him to oblivion and literally change
Surely.
up his moveset and make him
They
shit.
will.
They
course
most
they do.
definitely will. I'll give you a perfect example. So when I used to play the game, Jake knows this Pokemon. I played Cinderace. I was like,
My boy.
I love this Pokemon. I'm gonna play him. He was literally the highest of tiers, and I even knew that when the game came out. I just liked that Pokemon, so I was like, fuck it, dog, win-win. You know, I like his moves and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. Like 8 months later, nigga shit. There's nothing you can do about it. You gotta take that L that your favorite character is just garbage, and you're like, well, that's cool, I guess, but it fluctuates, and fluctuating metas are annoying because like, if you're like, man, this person I literally spent all my time with is just garbage now, so I have to go with somebody else. It's like the game hears you or something. Like, oh, so you're investing in this character, huh? He's garbage too. Hey, remember that character you used to play? Now he's good again. Like you're like, dog, just end me. And it's like that for
And
all
Look at
these
this.
true.
games. And there's
Look at
like,
this nerf we're about to hit you with.
yeah, it's like nerfs are so nasty. They just cut their damage in half, or speed in half. It's like, why would I even want to play this game if like there's a good chance my character I actually like in this stupid game gets nerfed so hard in Oblivion that this nigga hit like a feather and he moves like a rock. Like I hate those. And competitive games, when it comes to fighting games, I never been a fighting game type nigga because I probably break my controller. I'm be honest. If I get, there's no way I'm not hopping on like DNF Duel or Grand Blue
Ah.
Fantasy or any of those games because I know them niggas don't touch grass. Okay, I know what I'm getting into when I play that game. There's no casuals. No, I never heard a casual fighting game player. I'm like, hey man,
Yeah, they don't exist.
they don't exist.
I am.
You know, if a nigga say he plays Street Fighter, he's bringing a whole arcade stick with him.
Oh my god.
There's nothing casual whooping ass. So
No, it is. It's a casual ass whooping.
casual ass whooping
Bro,
my ass.
they're like, oh man, I haven't played this game in like 3 days. I'm like, nigga, I haven't played this game in 3 years. What do you mean?
I've never touched the game.
Bro, he's doing combos that's in the game. That wasn't even
And God
happening in the
forbid you
game.
put wagers on, bro. Oh my gosh.
Bro, he put like $1 in. They're not talking the whole time.
No,
Bro.
bro.
Like,
Yeah, I already had told you that
Niggas
story.
this closed lip.
like
Bro, that's the type of shit everyone's friends with, bro.
fighting games, I'm telling you, even with friends, they're not fun. Because here's how it's gonna go. Either, hey, one of you are so good that you niggas just don't play the gaming again, or y'all are even, but you get bored for being even because you're like, damn, no, like, what else? Do I just punch each other?
Yeah, that's why me and Eli had to switch that shit the fuck up.
Yeah.
I hate fighting games, bro. Like I am a fighting game hater.
Yeah, I'd say fighting games are worse out because, like, if you're not fighting, what else are you doing? What are you doing with the game, huh? No.
Well, that's the thing. It's just non-stop fighting. That's why I can't. Bro.
Don't
That's
like
why I
that
can't
shit.
get.
Don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, bro.
Like,
I don't like. I just do not, and I don't care about the whole. I am so tired of being met with the "you're bad" conversation, nigga. Even if I am, so fucking what? If I got good, that would mean I would have to literally put bricks on my real life.
Yeah, and also like
To lab. I'm not labbing on your video game, bitch.
like it's sad when you start a video game, you gotta go straight to training mode.
I'm not doing that shit, but I don't lab in my real life.
That's the thing.
You think
It's
I'm
like,
laughing?
and it's
That
like,
bitch, get that bitch shit out of here.
yeah, with
I
fighting
Laugh.
haven't
games,
even mastered my craft. What was you think I'm gonna master this?
yeah,
Yeah, like, are you
like
fucking crazy? I'm like mastering that shit.
the thing with fighting games
Don't care enough.
is there's always like 4 or 5 of them, and they're guaranteed gonna die. So either A, you're just training for a game that's gonna die by the time you hop out the lab. You're like, fine, I can play the game and no one's on. That's cute. Or it's like,
Yeah.
or you're playing like I don't even know. You're playing like you're a normie, right? So you're playing either Tekken, Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat, and you just get decimated in one of them because them niggas been playing the game before you even born. If you try to like tell me if you try to hop on any of them games right now, you think you'd be okay?
Fuck no.
Bro, you be at the top of the building right now. You're like, oh, I love Scorpion. It get
I'm gonna do it.
Bro, you say you're like, you're like, oh man, I love Scorpion. It get TOD the first time you hop online. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be like, yo, I love Jin from Tekken, and I get Akuma like 100%ed. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not getting that. Them niggas been playing that game for like non-stop, like 6, 5, whatever years. And meanwhile, you're over here like, I just want to have some fun. You think you're really gonna have fun with those type of niggas? Their mission is to make your
No.
life miserable because they
You're
lost.
never gonna have any fun on that. They're losers outside of that shit.
That's all they do. I'm like, dog.
That's all they know.
Like, I guess I'm just a variety gamer because I can't imagine like spending time that much on a game when like, for what? For what? Nothing. I ain't getting no money from this. I ain't going to no conventions because they're losers. I ain't doing none of that. It's just stupid. So like, fighting games, I wish could be more fun, but like, they can never be that fun because like, their main thing is to fight other people, even though other people don't touch grass. So you're here putting other people grass as people, and you're just like, dog, why have I been playing this? There's like maybe 2 at most that casual fighting games are fun, and that's a hard take. So I hate competitive games. Shout out metas, and I hate fighting games.
Fuck all that bullshit.
Yeah,
Fuck all that bullshit.
what's your thoughts on fighting games, Chief?
Fighting games are comp games.
I mean,
Garbage.
comp.
Okay, so listen, my friends know. All of my friends know. I get very upset very easily, right?
That never happens.
And it's mainly towards like games. I don't really get upset with life, or like things involving life. But when it comes to the game, bro, I'm like a I don't even know who I am when I play a game sometimes, bro. like Banjo, like how Banjo had mentioned, bro. Knockout City, bro.
That shit will ruin you, bro. Or ruin a good man.
Listen,
Yeah, we see
when I
that.
play, like, I haven't really became a competitive person until recently. That's because when I actually put the time in, I realized I'm actually really fucking good at games, right? So I'll put the work in, right? Whatever, and then like if I lose to still straight up like okay, it's fair 1-on-1, and I lose, right? Sure, like whatever. I'm gonna still be mad, but I mean, it ain't not I could complain about, right? But a majority of the competitive games I play, I never really lose on some fair 1-on-1 shit. I only ever like lose because either the net code
That's what
or
I was
some
saying, bro. There's like some little technical difficulties that you can't do shit about, but niggas are still always gonna say some fuck shit about your skill level. Like, fuck off.
like I have many clips on Knockout City, on Fortnite, on whatever, bro, of me dead ass doing what the game is intended, like I'm intended to do while playing this game, and I'm still like like I'm just getting bullshitted. It's like, bro, if it happened like once or twice, I'll excuse that shit. I'll get mad. I'll excuse it. bro, it happens to me all the time, bro. And it's like, bro, I already have bad luck when it comes to stuff, and this just makes me just want to like fucking suplex my fucking grandma or something, bro. Like it pisses me off, bro. Because all right, let's use Fortnite for an example, right? So I recently started getting back into Fortnite, you know, whatever, right? So I have friends that I'll like 1v1 with, right? You know, something friendly, whatever, right? Bro, I have 2 to 3 clips of me shooting the person. I'm getting the confirm that I'm shooting them, but it it's not doing any damage. And you could say, okay, well, maybe it's lag. Maybe you don't think you're hitting your shots. First of all, rude. Second of all, that's not the case because for one, I'm not shitty. All right, if I hit my shots, I know I'm gonna hit my shots, right, bro? There was someone dead in my face. I'm shooting them. I see the bullets go in, and I'm getting a hit marker, bro. And it's like, bro, when the fuck did this game ever add hit markers? From last time I remember, a hit marker is still supposed to do some fucking damage. And with Fortnite, you know you do damage because the numbers pop up over the motherfucker's Chrome Dome. So you know, okay, this person still took damage, bro. Put on my shotgun, hit him with it, no damage. Then right after I do that, switch to my AR. I'm shooting him. I see I'm shooting him. The bullets are hitting him, no damage. And it's like, bro, if it's lag, then it's lag. But if that was the case, how come their fucking shit hit me in the same time frame? It's like, you mean to tell me that they matrix my shit, but I can't do the same thing when it comes to lag? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, that's some shit. I'll punch a fucking hole in my wall. And I don't, like, come on, bro. And don't even get me started on Knockout City, bro. Oh my god, bro. I about an hour ago, I just got done fucking. So I
Take your
don't
time.
know. Lord help me. So, to the viewers out there, I don't know if y'all niggas don't play Knockout City, but it's just a dodgeball game, right? Just a dodgeball game. Just a dodgeball game, right, bro? What are the 3 things you do in dodgeball? You throw the ball, you dodge the ball, and you catch the ball, right? Right. Okay. So when I want to catch the ball, right, I'm pressing the button. Look, I'm doing that, right? I'm pressing the button. It doesn't register, right? Or if it does, the game cucks me, or the game delays my fucking movement, right? That's already a problem in its own right, bro. I just rage quit, like I said, an hour ago because of the bullshit, bro. I dodged, right? And in Knockout City, when you do hit a successful dodge and someone still tries to throw something at you, you hear a little ding, right? Or the sound of a fucking slot machine going off, right? A little ding, that shit, right? Bro, and you have super armor in that fucking moment. Bro, I heard that little ding, and guess what? I still got hit. And I died because of that. So it was like, bro, how much of this is really boils down to skill, and how much of this really boils down to some fucking bullshit? Bro, I'm fucking great at every game I play, bro. And I'm not a cocky motherfucker. But if I put in the work, bro, I'm aiming to be great. And that's what I am on most of the games competitively I play. I'm not touching that game if I'm shit. And I get cut from fucking like fucking Banjo said, from fucking technical difficulties, which is bullshit. And which is why I feel like competitive shit should only ever be played IRL because you got shit like netcode and bugs and shit that could ruin your fucking game plan, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, when I'm playing dodgeball in real life, I don't have to worry about whether or not my dodge is going to register.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm not gonna sit here and wonder, damn, bro, did I delay? Nigga, what, bro? You're tripping, bro.
My
If I
crash
have,
didn't go in.
yeah, bro. If my arm's out and I know I catch shit, now listen, I'm not the most athletic person, but if catch a dodgeball, nigga, I caught the dodgeball. Like you're tripping, bro. And I'm a motherfucking ballerina when it comes to this shit, bro. So if someone fucking throws a ball at me, I know if it misses, it's not gonna hit me, bro. It missed. So why is it still hitting me? Such bullshit, bro. I almost fucking threw my damn controller at my fucking brother, bro. Like that shit had me fucking mad, bro.
I think Jake
I almost threw my controller at my brother is insane. But I be feeling that, bro. I fucking hate competitive games.
Bro, I can just hear that happening to Xander right now.
No, chill, because I don't abuse my little brother, right? So I don't need you
just,
saying that.
No, just when it comes to
Confession.
no, just when it comes to
I
Knockout
got plenty of
City.
other confessions.
Just when it comes to Knockout City, he's like, "Fuck!" Is that like,
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
I mean,
Even now, I want to scream at the top of my lungs just thinking about it, man.
It's okay, Jake. Knockout City can't hurt you here.
It's fucking hurting me, bro. I feel like I'm about to go to the gear second, Eli. Like this shit's fucking my blood's boiling right now, bro.
Let's go. It's okay. I get it. Cause I hate that game too.
Fucking bro, like I don't know how I like and hate a game so much simultaneously.
It's a toxic relationship with that game.
Oh, listen, man. Only toxic relationship I gotta worry about is
It's the one between me and my unspoken Riz.
the one between me and myself.
That's a toxic relationship.
Oh boy, is it? Motherfucker, I'm blinking.
They call me Mr. Blinkster, right?
they call me the blinker. You feel me?
They call you
the blinker. My bad.
No, that's not what I was. Never mind.
All right, okay. Well, Mr. Podcast host, is there anything left on the agenda?
No, sorry. I was recovering from
competitive games.
As a brother.
Bro.
Okay, anyway, I think that's a good mark to end it. You know, shout out competitive games. I hate them, and
no, don't shout them out. Fuck them.
They're gonna shout out anyways. And also, please, for the love of God, stop trying to make casual games like competitive for some reason.
Stop that shit. For the love of Christ.
It's a casual for a reason.
Bro. Holy fuck.
I hate when casual games we're like, perfect example was Evolve. Or Overwatch.
Oh my fucking god, bro. That shit's so whack.
Overwatch and Evolve are the perfect examples of why you don't make casual games.
Sieges too. Siege started off as some realistic, like fun shooter type shit. And then they ruined that game with the competitive scene. Those pieces of shit.
Yeah, I remember when Overwatch came out. They're like, we're making a tournament. Like, nigga, the game just came out.
They forced that competitive scene just so they can make bread off that shit.
They failed, losers. And they're gonna fail again when Overwatch 1.5 come out.
It definitely didn't fail. And also, that definitely is 1.5.
I mean, it did.
I wish it did.
And I was like, hot losers. You fucking get. Even pay the niggas. Where are you? Oh, there's Blizzard. Oh.
They didn't pay the niggas because it's Blizzard. There's your answer. You know what they be doing? They're too busy raping them.
Bro, they were still
Yo, chill out, bro.
Employees.
Chill out, bro.
With their employees.
Oh my god.
They're too busy raining hell on their employees.
Bro, see Shawty put it in the fridge. You're like, yo, that's some elite milk. I gotta have it.
Some elite, unspoken Riz.
I gotta drink it.
He said, "That's for you, baby." Google Gaga, motherfucker.
Gaga.
Yeah, shit, bro.
You don't worry about the Blizzard ain't paid them because they were too busy. Too busy.
Stop, bro. You got
too busy paying up their court fees.
Oh my god.
They got like 13 rape cases going on their name.
Eli, I think this is a great time to end it, bro.
Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sponsored by Blizzard.